Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Stylenander multi-eye colour palette in the shade Beach Muse. This one was provided for review by Juki and I did pick it myself. I was really interested in it because it does contain a lot of pink colours, still with the thing on the top, and I thought that it looked really lovely and really interesting, and that was pretty much it. So for this one, the product description says, a pink and peach eyeshadow palette for both warm and cool skin undertones. From matte bases to glamorous glitter, deep contouring and statement shades, these 9 colours complete a single palette to help you create a truly romantic and lovely eye look. The packaging of the palette is very simple. It has a really pretty peachy pink colour on the outside, a clear lid with the logo, and then the 9 shades inside. The description is right. They have a good variety of shades. There are a few mattes, a few shimmers, and then some that are like really intense glitters. And so I think that the actual range of the shades is pretty good. It is quite interesting that they have like some very peachy colours and then like some very cool toned colours. So if you kind of look at the squares, like these 4 here are like very cool toned pinky sort of colours, and then on the outside the beige kind of goes with both, but then like the outside ones down here, those are all very like peachy colours. And so it's an interesting one because I don't feel like, for me personally, I can mix the 2 sets together very well, but if you're looking for a palette that has pinks and pinky peaches, then it's quite a nice combination. The first shade is really pretty and sparkly. It's quite sheer and the glitter does get everywhere, which is a little bit annoying, but overall it's a really nice colour. The second shade, which is the peach in the middle of the first row, is also really lovely. This is actually surprisingly pigmented for such a light shade, and it does layer really well, so you can get a really good pigmentation. The third shade along is another really beautiful shimmer. This one is a lot more shimmery than the first rather than glittery, which I really enjoy. It does make a really nice shade in the middle of a very neutral crease, which I enjoy a lot. In the second row, we've got a really light mauvey pink colour, which is really matte. I find that this one is a little bit tricky to use and I don't get the most wear out of it just because it is quite light. It's not as pigmented as the peach in the first row, and I don't find that it looks that great on my skin personally, but that's just me, I think. The very middle shade is a really lovely light shimmer peach. Actually, no, I would kind of call it more of a pink, to be honest, a light shimmery pink. This one is really sheer. I don't find that that builds up very well, but it is still a really nice colour. Then the last shade on the second row is this beautiful bronze shimmer. I think that this is probably one of my favourite shades in the palette, and I could just wear this one by itself. I don't know what it is with the shimmers. It's almost like they're holographic. They're so pretty. And then on the bottom row we have a really pretty matte mauvey kind of colour. This one reminds me a lot of the sort of one above it and one to the middle, which is a really bad way of explaining it, but it's a really pretty darker colour which would be really nice in the crease and in the outer third. And then the bottom middle is another nice beautiful brown. This one is a lot more cool toned. It's more of a bronze shimmer than anything else. The last shade in the palette is a kind of underwhelming peach colour with a little bit of shimmer. I find that this one lacks a lot of pigmentation and, you know, in comparison to what it looks like it could be such a beautiful colour, but it's just not really that wowing for me, to be honest. Though it does look nice on the eye by itself. So for this eye look I used the matte peach on the top row all through the crease and underneath the eye. I used the sparkly peach shade in the bottom right corner all over the lid, and then a little bit of the sparkly beigey peach in the top right corner around the lower lash line. For this look I used the more cool tone pinks, which I really like. I used the lighter matte colour all through the crease, the shimmer all over the lid, and then the darker colour in the outer corner. I also used the other beige colour, the left top one, in the inner corner as well. So for this look I used a totally different palette to get a sort of cool toned brown in the crease. Then I used that very sparkly brown shade, it's kind of like a bronze, in the right side of the palette over the entire eyelid, and then I darkened it up with the darkest brown shimmer in the outer third. I really like the way that this one looked. It's quite dark for me though. I wasn't expecting the shimmer to be so bronzy on the lid. So for this eyeshadow palette, I really enjoy the quality. I think that the quality of the shadows is really good. They're easy to use, they blend really well. I was super surprised with the pigmentation of the matte peach here. When I swatched it, it was very pigmented. I am using it today at the moment. I've got the matte peach in the crease, And I had to go pretty light with it because I didn't want something that was like super intense. But it is nice to know that you can get a very intense color out of the majority of the shades. There are a couple that aren't super intense, but also you can blend them out pretty easily. So for beginners, I found that this one was, I mean, I guess I'm like slightly above a beginner now for eyeshadows. It's not the thing that I wear very often, so I'm not very good at it. And I don't have a super interest in being amazing at eyeshadow. It's just not my thing. But I didn't find that I had any problems using the palette in general, which was really nice. Obviously the colors are really beautiful. Like I said before, they have a very interesting selection of cool tones. So they've got the 4 cool tone ones there, and then the outer ones are more warm toned. The shimmery color is beige, so it isn't really either or. I prefer the cool toned pinks. I'm not a huge fan of the warm tones, although I think that some of the colors are really beautiful. So like the brown color, gorgeous. This color down the bottom, I love it on the swatch, but I'm wearing it today and I don't love it. Like, I do not love the eye look that I've got going on today. I did have like a peachy kind of like a lip balm on, but I think it's pretty much gone. The eye look for me was really, like, this for me is quite intense for teaching small children, and so I didn't want to go to OTT and do like a full lip as well, because I just, yeah, I don't know. It just feels a little bit too much. Although the people who I picked the shoes up from today liked my eye makeup, so did my dentist. Thanks. So overall, I think that the palette is really beautiful. I think that the quality is amazing. I think that the shades are interesting. So it does say in the description that they wanted something that was for cool and warm toned skin, so I'm assuming that's why they did that. But otherwise, I'm just really blown away the quality of the palette. I really like it. Super easy to use, beautiful shades and everything like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, just based on the fact that I don't love all of the shades and I already have so many eyeshadow palettes. I don't think that this is going to make it into the permanent collection, but if you're looking for an eyeshadow palette that's amazing quality, beautiful, and has cool and warm toned pinky peaches in it, then it is one that I would recommend. I haven't really seen anything that caters so well for both. Like, I've had a few pink palettes where they've had like one peach shade, but this one, because it's got like the matte peach, it's got the shimmery peach, it's got like the deeper like brown that you can use. It works really well. Even like this brown works well with the peaches too. It works really well to create the two very different eyeshadow looks with the cool tone pinks and the warm tone pinks. So I do definitely appreciate that, even though it's not really my cup of tea. Hopefully that makes sense. So thank you so much to Kbeauty for sending this one for review for me. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!